Hello, thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to be making a salve out of a weed that I found in my backyard. It is a medicinal weed. It's been used for years in folk medicine, and this is called purple dead nettle. Some call it red dead nettle. And here is a close-up of what it looks like. You can see the leaves, the color. Many of us just have this growing in our yard. I'm weeding my garden, actually getting ready for my spring planting, and I have a bunch of this. There's a lot more outside, so I had my kids harvest some while I was weeding, and I'm soaking them to clean them, and then next step I'm going to dry them on my dehydrator. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to be making a salve, but I'll show you exactly how I do it. So I'm just soaking these in a glass bowl, and then I'm going to just empty this, probably put it in a salad salad strainer, and then just wash them a few times and strain it, and then I will dry them, with a paper towel to the touch, and then I'm gonna just let them sit out probably overnight, and then I will dry them on the food dehydrator tomorrow probably. So I will show you along the way every step that I take. Okay, I'm back with a bit of a mess, and these do not look great, but I've washed them and I've let them sit out for a day. This is the red dead nettle, so I'm going to stack them on top of each other and start the dehydrator. And it doesn't matter what they look like, it's still going to do the trick. And for herbs, I'm going to keep it on 95 degrees, just the lowest setting. And I'm going to be dehydrating for 24 hours, 12 to 24 hours. So I'll see, that's a big difference, but I will see what it feels like in there. I've already been letting it set out for a day. So I'm going to go get this started, put it on the counter, and plug it in. Here is the dehydrated dead nettle. And here I've laid it on paper towels. I'm just going to crumble it into this little jar. We'll be making a hard beeswax salve. This is going to be about 1 to 3.5 as far as beeswax to butters and oils go for that ratio. And here's the tea that I made too. All right, so it is a new day, but I am back to show you now how I make the salve. I showed you how I made the tea out of the purple dead nettle, and now I will be making the salve. And I'm going to use the same jar. I have a lot more dead nettle to go harvest and dry, and so I'll just show you today how I infuse this with oil, and you can either use it as a herbal infused oil and just put that straight into a roller ball and use it on your skin, or you can use your herbal infused oil as part of your recipe for a salve with your butters that you'll put in there too, or your waxes, or whatever it is that's in your recipe. You could make a body butter out of it, or a salve, something like that. But I've also used herbs, herbal infused oil just on my skin, like with lavender, chamomile, calendula. And so this one's another good one. It is said to have high amounts of quercetin, so I do like to take it internally in tea most of all if I'm trying to help with my allergies, but on skin it has wonderful benefits also. Usually I will infuse it in a sunflower or jojoba or avocado oil. Today I'm going to be using olive oil, which is very good for your skin also. And I'm just going to keep it real simple. I'm going to pour some olive oil over this. Another thing I usually do is wait 6 to 8 weeks. Just put it in a dark cupboard, but today I'm going to be doing it the expedited way. I really want to get this done fast. I want to have it ready by tonight if I wanted to use it. And so I'm going to show you how I do that the fast way. Okay, so I'm just going to show you right here. I'm going to pour the olive oil in. So it's covering the dried herbs. Had to pause it for a second. Okay, so here again. Okay, so we have this all covered in oil. And then while this is on the stove top, I am going to, because I just had like paper towel with a rubber band around the top, but I'm going to put this lid on it so that the steam from the water doesn't get in here, because you know, if water gets in something, it could promote mold or something like that. So we just want to keep it free of water. And I'm going to go put this in a simmering pot of water now for 2.5 hours, and make sure you're keeping an eye on it, because water simmering, you know, it's evaporating. So, you know, check it to make sure that you still have water in there, because the water disappears fast. Okay, so I don't eat out of this anymore because I think the nonstick has worn off, and anyways, but I do use it for things like this. So if you have an old pot like this, you could keep it around for something like this. I actually, I use cast iron, but I like to eat out of cast iron. Anyways, that's a topic for another day. I probably have more than enough water in here. You could probably just go with a cup, but I'm just going to use this, and I'm going to set my timer for I'll do 2:45, because by the time it starts, I'll do 2:40. Give it time to get up to simmering. Okay, and so I'm just going to watch it in here and let it do its thing. So right now it's on medium, and then it's on 6. I'll turn it back down to simmer once it starts simmering. Okay, so now for the fun part. I'm going to share my recipe with you for today's salve. I make a lot of salves, and this one today with the purple dead nettle, I'm going to be using 2 ounces of beeswax, 3 ounces of shea butter, and 4 ounces of the herbal infused oil, which today is purple dead nettle and olive oil. So that is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to measure some stuff out right here. I'm going to melt it down, and then I'm going to be pouring it into my tins. So just know that beeswax takes the longest to melt down, but if you melt the beeswax down first and then pour in your olive oil, and the olive oil was cooler or anything, it's going to kind of make it crust up again. So you'll just have to remelt it down if you're using a double boiler or whatever. And so you just want to, I just throw everything in there together, and then I will be pouring it into my tin. Today I will not be adding any essential oils into the mix. I just want just the unscented, and beeswax and shea butter and olive oil all have wonderful benefits for the skin. And with this purple dead nettle, it has all of these anti-properties like fungal, bacterial, inflammatory properties. There have been studies done on it, and so I'm really excited to use this oil. And like for bug bites, I think it's going to be great come spring when all the bugs start coming out. If you wanted, you could add some essential oils to it to keep bugs away. I already have some, and I just kind of want to use this as it is with the potency of the herb that I chose. So that's what I will be doing today. I'm going to show you melting it down, weighing it out, and all that. So this Pyrex container right here, I use it for all of my lotion bars and salves and everything. And you want to put this on your scale, whatever container you're using before, so that you can have it at 0. Okay, so I have that at 0, and I want 2 ounces of beeswax. I just need to pour it in. Well, I'll just kind of take it. And this will just be for my family and I. So there we have 2 ounces of beeswax. Now I will be getting my 3 ounces of shea butter. So I'm just going to bring it to 5 ounces here since I didn't tear out the scale. Okay, so there's my 3 ounces of shea butter. So we have 5 ounces in all of the hard butter and wax. Rub that into my hands. Okay. And now I will tear it out and we will bring the olive oil over. Okay, so this has cooled down and I'm going to strain it through this right here. I'm gonna push this out of the way so you can see. So you can see how good it looks. And I'm actually gonna kind of like push it in there to get everything out. And then I will feed this to my chickens. They will eat that. They love purple dead nettle. It's amazing how many weeds we have in our backyards, our front yards, wherever. And the properties that they could serve us if we only knew. You know, God has put everything here. And yes, there are toxic things too, or yes, there are even people who can use things medicinally that other people might not be able to. They might have allergies. So it is important to do our due diligence and research, but it is amazing how, you know, when the shelves during hairy situations are out of certain medicines like quercetin, can't find it anywhere in the store. People do not realize that there's this right in their backyard packed with it. And packed with all sorts of goodness that can help with allergy seasons even. So, okay. I might have just brushed something in here by doing that. So I'm going to go set this aside for the chickens. Alright, so now I will be using 4 ounces of this oil right here. So here, let me bring it closer. Perfect. 4 ounces exactly. With a little bit left over, I could put this in roller balls with like a couple drops of essential oils if I wanted to. Okay, so I will melt this down and be back and show you the little tins that I put it in. Okay, so here my oils are completely melted. I have cleaned out my tins with alcohol. I did end up adding some essential oils. I change my mind often. I added a little bit of peppermint, cedarwood, and orange, a combination. Okay. So I'm just gonna get to pouring. I don't know if I have too many of these tins. So I'm just going to try to fill it up. Looking good. So I could go back in. There's like a little bit of some herbal residue, which is fine. It's the real thing, so that's cool. This is like all the way to the top. Okay, let's see if I can fill up one more. That'll have the most residue and that'll be mine. I don't mind. Okay. Alright, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and like a third, or yeah, about a third that I've filled up. So that'll last a while, probably through the summer. Maybe I'll send, you know, one somewhere else. I give one away. And so now what we're gonna do, they're very liquidy right now. I just let them cool off here and kind of set up a little bit, and then once they get a little soft, I'll pop them in the freezer for like 30 minutes and take them back out and then store them somewhere. And you can always, you could get some, you could just write on the top of this if you wanted to, or you could print out templates online. I know most stores, I think, have the Avery. These are 2 ounce, and I'm not sure the width of the lid, but you could find like a round label at the store, Avery brand, and you can go on their website and they'll have templates for you that you could go in and fill out, and slap the sticker on, and it looks professional. So it's a good tip. So yeah, there's your salve, and I will show you what it looks like all set up. Alright, so here is what they look like. And at this point, I'm going to put them in the fridge just to solidify faster. Get them nice and hard so that I can store them away without them denting or anything. Okay, so here is the finished product. I took them out of the freezer, and here they all are. I took them out about an hour after, so they are rock hard. And if you leave them at room temperature, they'll be exactly where you want it to be. So this is a really good salve, and I hope you give it a try. Please tell me if you did.